Hello, everyone. So, today we are beginning with another episode of the Growth Lab. And today's topic is role of life skills in our daily life, right? Now, you can say that this topic is very, very simple, right? And of course, you know, but very, very important. And many a times we don't realize the importance of this because until and unless life throws a challenge at us, right? Because see, वो होता है ना कई बार when we see, we wake up when the exams are there, or we wake up when life is throwing some problem comes up, and then we say, oh, we should not have done that. We should have been well prepared. How many times it happens? Most of the times, right? That we are caught on the wrong foot. और हमें लगता है पहले से तैयारी कर लेते तो we could have been better. So let me begin with a small story. So, how many of you love to listen to stories? Please raise your hand. Okay, cool. Now, a few years ago, there was a boy. Let's call him Arjun. Okay. Now, all of you know that I'm into counseling, right? So when he walked into my office and he showed his profile and all, so he was a brilliant student, scored above 90% every year. So everybody will be proud of his teachers, his parents, right? And he himself, I would say. He used to top maths, science, computers. He was a topper in school. But he had one major problem, that he had absolutely no life skills. So now, what the problem was because of this, he was not able to talk confidently. He couldn't manage his emotions. He was not able to handle failure because he used to feel, oh, I am a 90 percenter. I cannot fail. Then he couldn't solve problems without panicking. And then he couldn't balance studies and relationships. So the day he failed just one exam, his entire world collapsed. You know, his teachers were confused, his parents were scared, and Arjun, he was sitting in front of me with tears rolling down and saying, Sir, I'm good in studies, but I don't know how to handle life. So, how many of you feel that way, that you are not able to handle life? Can you please raise your hand? Thank you for this acknowledgement because you know it needs effort, it needs courage to actually accept that you are not able to handle life. And let me tell you, today's youth, teenagers like you, especially in India, you know, they're drowning in competition. IIT, NEET, UPSC, job interviews, foreign applications, internships. Everything needs one thing more than academic knowledge. And what is that? Life skills. And let me tell you, I'm sure each one of you has heard about the LinkedIn platform, right? You're aware of it? Thank you. Now, let me tell you, 92% of recruiters say soft skills are equal or more important than hard skills. Let me repeat, it should be a bulb on moment for you, I believe. That 92% of recruiters are saying soft skills are either equal or more important than hard skills. And UNESCO, says that by 2030, life skills will be the biggest career differentiator across the world. So when I say soft skills, it's like good in communication, handling your emotions, good in time management, and hard skills, your academics. So in today's episode, what we'll be talking about? We'll be talking about why life skills matter so that you get to know about it, how they shape your daily life, right? Then, apart from that, we will be talking about that how they impact your confidence, career, relationships, and most important of all, you would say success. And the icing on the cake is I'll tell you how you can master them. So, would you like to learn that? Please raise your hand. Thank you. Thank you for the acknowledgement. So, first of all, let's begin with the communication skills. See, this is the foundation of success. How many of you feel that somehow you are not, your skill of communication is not very good? Can you just tell me by the show of hands? Okay. Now just imagine you walk into your first job interview. Your resume is excellent, grades are top notch, technical skills cool, excellent. But the interviewer asks, tell me about yourself, right? The interviewer did not ask about any of your hard skills. Why? Because he said, oh, they are already on your resume. I know what you are good at. But tell me something about yourself. Suddenly your brain gives 404 not found error. You must have seen that error on websites when a website doesn't get loaded, right? 404 not found error. And this is the story of thousands of Indian students every year. Why? Because we grow up being taught how to write answers, not how to express ourselves. So, communication is not just about speaking, communication is actually about thinking clearly. See, when you'll be able to think clearly, you will be able to express your ideas clearly. It's like listening with empathy. It's understanding other person's feelings. It is respecting differences. See, in your classrooms, or even in your friends group, or in your family group, no two people are the same, isn't it? Different. But let us not judge. See, many times you must have seen students body shaming others. Have you seen that? And many times you must have experienced also sometimes. And people make fun for all just about everything. Why? Oh, you are too thin. Oh, you are too fat. Oh, you are too dark. Oh, you are too fair. Oh, you are too plumpy or short. Oh, you are too tall. People are never satisfied with anything. So anybody wants to body shame, the person will do it, right? So why they do? They do it because they are not able to accept differences. That no two people will remain the same. Let me give you a real life example. There was a student named Mehak. Now she told me, sir, I study for hours, but my group discussion round always goes bad. GD, है ना? So when I asked her why, she said, because I'm scared that everyone will judge me. Now that was like, so She used to fumble because of that. So we worked on her communication. I was not there to teach her English or vocabulary. She was already good at that. But she was not able to speak with confidence, clarity, and being present when she was sitting in a group and doing some kind of group discussion. 1 month later, just by practicing 1 month later, she cracked her placement interview. Not because I was able to increase her knowledge, the knowledge she already had, but because her communication improved. So, communication skills help you in campus placements, it helps you in group projects, it helps you in client meetings, it helps you in internships, it even helps you in persuading your parents, it even helps you making friends, right? And even improving your family relationships. So, whether you want to be a coder, doctor, designer, musician, lawyer, influencer, entrepreneur, anything, communication is your biggest currency. Got that? Agree with that? So, you must start concentrating on improving your communication skills. Next comes emotional intelligence, because it helps you manage your stress and build resilience, right? Just imagine a student is preparing for NEET studies and spends 10 hours a day just studying for the entrance exam. Toppers everywhere, pressure everywhere, fear everywhere. And now imagine this student has no idea how to control stress, calm her mind, or manage emotions. So, what will happen? Breakdown, burnout, exhaustion, or even loss of confidence. Okay, have you heard of Harvard University? Everyone? Yeah, such a prestigious university, right? So, few years ago, Harvard published a study. It said EQ accounts for 90% of what sets high performers apart from peers. Emotional quotient. And in India, where competition is at peak levels, emotional intelligence is not just useful, it is survival. So let me tell you what is all is included in EQ. Understanding your emotions, being aware when you are overwhelmed. Number three, knowing how to calm yourself. Fourth, handling criticism without breaking. And five, staying motivated even after failure. So I'm sure all of you must be facing challenge in one case or the other, right? So that happens. One UPSC aspirant once told me, sir, exam tough nahi tha, emotions tough the. And that sentence, itself explains the reality of every Indian student. So when you build emotional intelligence, your entire life changes, it transforms. Suddenly, rejection doesn't break you, or criticism doesn't hurt you, or pressure doesn't scare you, or comparison, it doesn't consume. See, I always say, see, people are there who compare too much, right? But if you have that habit, please leave that habit. For example, we should not be comparing ourselves with others. that is a cause of stress and anxiety. But if you compare yourself with your own self, that is a basically way of growing. Because, for example, if you say now it's the end of 2025 is approaching. So if you want to compare yourself with the person who you were at the end of 2024, so it's full 1 year. So you should be able to understand that have you moved ahead? Have you worked in this year to achieve your goals or not? So are you a better version than the last year? So that will show your growth. And when you are in the habit of comparing your own self with your own previous version, you will always look for growth, isn't it? You will always want to improve. So those baby steps help you move ahead in life. Now, let's move on to the next option, critical thinking and problem solving. Now, this is, see, I'm sure, or every young generation calls itself modern, right? And with modernization comes modern challenges also. So, let me tell you about one more student of mine. Her name is Priya. Now, she was preparing for campus interviews. So, the interviewer asked her, if you were the CEO of this company and sales dropped by 20%, what would you do? Right? So, obviously, she stumbled. She froze. She knew the sales concepts, but the problem was she didn't know how to think. And today's world doesn't reward people who memorize, it rewards people who think. See, if you have degree but not knowledge, you will never end up in a job. But if you don't have a degree but you have knowledge, you'll be able to do something out of your life. Let me tell you that. Because you know how to think, you know how to gain knowledge. So, critical thinking helps you in multiple ways. See, many a times you are always looking for other people's validation. If my decision right or wrong, right? We ask people. But when you are a good critical thinker, you can make better decisions. Be it career decisions, personal decisions, any. Then understand situations clearly. Evaluate choices logically. Solve problems without panic. You will be able to, what we call it, read between the lines. You will be able to understand what the other person is saying and what the other person is trying to convey. Many a times they're two different things, right? That what we are actually, the word, the terminology, the vocabulary, what we are using, or what we mean by that. There can be two different things to it. But if you are a critical thinker, you will be able to get it. For example, couple of years back, in a group discussion for the IIMs, the examiners asked the students explain the meaning of pink pajamas flying high on the red foot, right? Now, if a person is not a critical thinker, okay, pink pajamas on the red foot. Now, what does that mean? What to explain in that? But in reality, what the examiner was trying to convey was it was a symbolic statement. Usually, We associate pink color with the females, right? Red Fort is basically a monument, or you can say the identity of the Indian state, our own country, India. And so pink pajamas are reflecting female. So flying high, that means women are improving in India. So he didn't ask directly, right? So it was a beautifully worded statement. Pink pajamas flying high over the Red Fort. But then you should be good enough to understand, isn't it? So that is how critical thinking helps you. And do you know why? You must have heard about Swiggy, Zomato, Urban Company, Dunzo, right? All these companies. But do you know why these Indian startups have succeeded? Not because the owners had big degrees, but because those owners knew how to solve real problems. Hunger at midnight. भाई स्विगी या जोमैटो कर लो. No time to wash clothes. Yeah, I need a carpenter now, not next month. Call Urban Company, bhai. No time to go to saloon. Call Urban Company. So this world belongs to thinkers, not memorizers. कहते हैं ना मेरा टाइम आएगा, लेकिन वो टाइम तभी आएगा when you know how to think. You're not in a race with anybody. You have your own journey. For example, when we are driving a car, right, and somebody passes by, zoop, overtakes us. Is it a good idea to chase the person? No, that might cause an accident. So let the other person go at his own speed, and we are going at our own speed, isn't it? And let us enjoy the journey. I love long drives. So life is like a long drive, isn't it? So why not enjoy it? Isn't it? So the good news is anybody can learn critical thinking if you feel that you don't have the critical thinking skills. Anybody can learn it. And it just needs practice, curiosity, and courage. And there's one more good news for you. In the days to come, in future sessions, I will be teaching you all these life skills. So would you love to learn them? Raise your hand, boys. Why are they not smiles? ऐसा लग रहा है बड़े परेशान है सब लोग हैं. Smiles, smiling teenagers are look so good. ऐसा लग रहा है मैं इतना मुश्किल कोई सेशन चल रहा है यार बोर हो गए. Is it so? Okay. Moving on to the next life skill. And that is so very important to succeed in life. Once again, adaptability and continuous learning. It's actually, in a way, we can call it surviving in a fast changing world. So, all of you have heard about AI, artificial intelligence. So, we live in a world where AI is replacing jobs, isn't it? We are really worried about it. But let me tell you, no need to worry. Definitely no need. We must know how to live with AI. Okay. Do you remember the COVID time? Initially, when the lockdown was announced, we were so terrified, isn't it? But then what happened? Everybody started enjoying at home. They were cooking dishes, posting on social media. आज ये बनाया, आज जलेबी बनाई, आज इमरती बनाई, आज डोसा बनाया. Right? People were experimenting and having the best time of their lives. So they were learning. Somebody learned cooking, somebody started doing exercise, somebody started learning music. So people started learning new skills. And automation. Yes, automation is changing industries. And let me tell you, every skill becomes outdated every 2 years, and maybe in the future, in only 6 months. So, what will happen when you say, "Oh, I did a engineering degree 5 years back"? People will say, "So what? That's in history now." So, what did you learn 6 months back? People will be asking you that. So even your engineering degree will become meaningless maybe in the times to come if you don't upgrade yourself. Let me share a shocking report from the World Economic Forum. It says by 2027, 44% of current skills will become irrelevant. That means if you don't upskill, you disappear. If you don't adapt, you fall behind. If you don't learn continuously, you lose opportunities. So let me give you a few more examples. A mechanical engineer started learning coding. What resulted? He got a job in robotics. A commerce student learned digital marketing, became a freelancer. A homemaker learned content creation, now runs a successful YouTube channel. See, homemaker, she was doing only household work, and now she's earning also. So, adaptability is your superpower in this century. And students who upgrade themselves win. Professionals who stay flexible, they grow. And people who embrace change, they become leaders. So be adaptive to changes. Don't be so rigid. Otherwise, you'll be left behind. So in India, see, India has so much love. As a result, we have huge population, right? So we have huge opportunities also. And all that population is competing for the same opportunities. So if you want to move ahead, you have to stand out, right? So you have to keep learning, keep evolving, and keep growing, isn't it? And now let's come to the most important, let's say, or the most talked about time management. So let me know first, how many of you face a challenge in time management? Can you please raise your hand and let me know? Thank you. Thank you. See, I usually call time management to life management. If you are able to manage your time, you'll be able to manage your life. Let me share a hard truth. Most Indian students don't fail because of lack of talent. They fail because of lack of discipline. And time management is not about studying all day. It is about studying the right way, right? Okay, let me give an example. Two students were preparing for UPSC, right? Now, let's say student one, he studied 10 hours, but wastes time on distractions. Student two studies for only 4 hours, but with full focus. Let me know who will win. One or two? One or two? Show me by a raise of hands. Yes, student two. Every single time. This is why self discipline is the secret ingredient behind every topper. You know, discipline looks like finishing task on time. That means discipline. saying no to distractions, sticking to your routine, managing priorities, and most importantly, showing up on time in our Wednesday session. That is also self discipline. And in today's digital world, the biggest enemy of your discipline is your best friend. May I know who is your best friend? Can you tell me? Everybody has a common best friend nowadays. Our dear, lovable phone. We cannot live without. Boys will be able to live without a girlfriend, but not a phone. Females will be able to live without a boyfriend, but not the phone. है ना? This happens. So phone has taken over our relationships. And did you know? Let me share a few statistics with you. Indian teenagers spend 5 to 6 hours every day on social media. And when parents tell them not to do that, I don't, they will not agree to it. But that is true. 40% of young professionals say social media reduces their productivity. And students lose 35% of study time because of notifications. Okay, let us do a calculation. I said, let's say 5 hours, right? Now, if we say 5 hours per day, so 5 hours into 365, that is 1825 hours in a year. Don't you think you could have learnt a few skills if you not wasted that time? In 1 year, 1825 hours are wasted just on social media. And if I may ask you, what new skill you learnt in the year 2025, or how many skills, most of you will be blank, or just a one or two, right? But of course, you could have learnt more, isn't it? That is so time management helps you balance studies, it helps you balance your career, it helps you balance your relationships, it helps you balance your hobbies, health, sleep. So, in short, it helps you live a meaningful, productive, and happy life. And that is why I say that time management is nothing but life management. Agree? Right. So, life skills are actually your superpowers. They're not small things. They're not even optional. They are not even extra. People say, believe as if they are extras. They are the core of who you become. See, communication helps you express, emotional intelligence helps you stay calm, critical thinking helps you grow, and discipline helps you succeed. So, academic knowledge may get you marks, but let me tell you, life skills get you a life. And that is why they are known as life skills. Because they shape your confidence, your clarity, your relationships, and your future. See, when you grow up and when you'll get married and have a family, most of the divorces that are happening today is because the partners are not able to communicate. There's a communication challenge. So, when you are not able to communicate even with your life partner, how will you communicate with others? And that is the truth. So, small arguments become big and the lives get destroyed. The misunderstandings, and many a times you're not able to express even your feelings to your boss. So, you face a challenge in your professional space. So, every successful person, let me tell you, from Sundar Pichai to Virat Kohli, have strong life skills. And the best part is you can develop them starting today. Why wait any longer? Right? So, to begin with, let me give you a call to action. One challenge, you do one thing. Choose one life skill you want to improve. In the community section or in the WhatsApp group, please post which life skill you have chosen. You want communication, EQ, critical thinking, adaptability, or discipline. And start working for it for the next 7 days. Small steps build big future. And let me tell you, your dream career needs you. And of course, the best version of you. Right? Any questions? Please feel free to express.
Yes, sir. Today's session was really interesting, and I'm really thankful that you personally messaged me for attending today's session.
Welcome, welcome. Let's connect. Goodbye. It was nice
Sir, I have
talking
one
to all.
question.
Yeah, please, please, please.
Sir, I think so. Social media is not that bad because people are earning through social media and like their work. What like I have seen some of my friends who are doing social
Mm-hmm.
media and they
Mm-hmm.
are in computer engineering and they are showing their coding or their like PowerPoint presentation is also is there. Like they take contracts on social media and make them.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let me tell you that. Okay. Thank you for asking that. Aditya, if there are one, let's say, 100 people using social media, only one is successful. The users of social media, they are, see, you are talking about creators. When somebody is earning on social media, he's working as a creator, not as a user. That is the difference. So I am active on social media, but I use it for my business, right? I don't use it. See, YouTube, for example, YouTube, it's a beautiful platform to learn. But what I am watching on YouTube, am I learning something or I'm just wasting my time? See, entertainment is very important part of our life. But there comes time management that, okay, I watched it for half an hour, then went back to my studies or went back to my whatever work I need to do, isn't it? But if I'm spending like waking up or staying awake till 2 or 3 a.m. at night and watching some movie, binge watching Netflix, then it is a waste of time, isn't it? But there are many students who do this also. So you have to differentiate. See, for example, mobile phone. Mobile phone is a beautiful technology, but we need to learn, are we using it or we are misusing it? Isn't it? So use phone as a phone for communicating. But why? So that is what self-discipline and time management is all about. See, we never say that if a student is there, he has to study all the time. No, that is not the idea. But the person should be able to differentiate when to study and when to go for entertainment. Or see, for example, there are people who want to ground and play football, right? Now they are playing football on YouTube or games. Is it the right approach? So that is the difference, right? But thank you for asking this question. I think I made myself clear. Thank you. Okay. See you next Wednesday. Bye bye. Take care.